Hi everyone, I'm Titi, the London and Southeast Regional Officer for the Student Music Network, and it's my absolute pleasure to introduce the wonderful Emie Nathan. Emie, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, Titi. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all the better for talking to you. So we're gathered here today as our network of student radio stations across the country are really excited about your music, and we are thrilled to have given you a spot on our class of 2023. Woo. Um, this is our
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. This is our illustrious list of talent that we think student listeners should be keeping a really close eye on. How does it feel to be part of the
Yeah.
next year's class?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really glad that it seems to be reaching some good ears, and yeah, that you guys are kind of enjoying the stuff. That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, totally. And if our listeners don't know you already, which we're sure they absolutely soon will, would you mind introducing yourself and kind of in your own words explaining how you would describe the music that you make?
Yeah, no worries. I'm Emie Nathan. I am, I guess, an indie pop artist. I write lots of sort of introspective, somewhat dark lefty pop tunes. But I also think that they're kind of fun and they're not like okay, first of all, when anyone asks me this question, I never know how to answer it. It's just like, how would you describe your music? And you just end up saying like descriptive words that don't really mean anything. Yeah, I mean, I just write pop tunes basically, honestly. And some of them are dark and some of them are not. But I think that they're kind of more in the left space, and they're just pop tunes, really.
I think it's underselling yourself.
I have terrible answers for that. No, that I don't know. It's just I don't know. Go listen to them. You tell me.
No, I definitely think you hit the nail on the head with. I think there's such like amazing moments of really like quiet and intimate introspection, but then there's such like powerful punchy vocal moments and some really like gritty dark production. So I think it's like a really cool
Yeah.
discography of like both worlds. You know, you're finding that balance between like
Yeah.
being quiet and introspective and also having those like punchy moments.
Yeah, thank you. I love like all that sort of balancing act stuff and just having a good balance of acoustic and sort of produced sounds as well, and finding that equilibrium in a track is really, really fun. I also love choirs, and I try and put lots of cool vocal stuff in there as well. So there's just a whole mix of good sounds going on.
You recently released your single Better, which is absolutely amazing, and I think again finds that perfect kind of balancing act. So how has the release of that one been, and how's been seeing the response to it?
Yeah, it's been great. I've just finished touring with Gracie, and it was really cool to kind of like play that song live, having just released it and seeing kind of people's reactions to it in real time, which is not like often you get that opportunity to kind of gauge a room's response. So I think on the whole the reception's been really lovely, and I know that before I released it, it just kind of people were excited about the tune, and people often said that it was their favorite one from the EP. So I'm just happy that it's out, and it was really great to see the crowd's sort of reaction in those shows, and on the whole I think it was positive. So I'm really happy that it's out. There's a live video coming today, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Yeah. And a few other little bits as well, but it's good. It sort of marks the halfway point in the EP as well, so I'm just kind of like, oh, we're in it now, and it's a good song to have third, I think. Yeah, no, there's no going back. Yeah, no, it's out.
So you mentioned touring with Gracie, and we also know that you opened for Lewis Capaldi this summer, which is very cool, and you're about to headline Camden Assembly.
Yeah.
So do things ever stop feeling surreal now you're kind of the ball started rolling with the career? Like, do you still have all the pinch me moments?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think everything is in music. It's very difficult to say whether things will happen or not until they actually happen. So the pinch me moment is when you kind of hear that something might be happening, and then you get a second pinch me moment when you're actually there doing the thing. The Lewis stuff, that was all just was an insane moment for me. And it was that was a big pinch me moment, because he actually came to one of my shows and asked me to open for him at that show, and it just doesn't really happen in like real life. I feel it's just stuff you hear about. And those shows were absolutely incredible, and gave me such a window into at least his world. But being able to perform to crowds of that size it was phenomenal. And then Gracie, of course, she's such a powerhouse, like pop star, and just like a really good person and really fun to hang out with and be around. And it was awesome. And I think like seeing her do her thing, it's slightly different to what I do, but just to be able to appreciate artists doing their thing really, really well is definitely its own kind of pinch me moment too, because I guess in some ways it's like, oh, I get to share the stage with you, that's really cool. I get to do my little thing up there as well. So yeah, I think I mean, hopefully there'll be if that's it, then I'm happy, I'm good. I did a few cool things this year, but hopefully there'll be more exciting moments to come. But I think it's always wild when something actually comes off, because like I say, in music it's very difficult to tell what will actually come to fruition and what won't. So it's just really cool when it does.
So you've had so many, as we're talking about, like huge moments this year, and you're currently in the midst of the EP campaign. So do you have any hopes in particular for what 2023 will bring?
Without being too specific, I think being able to play more shows, absolutely. That comes with a lot of behind the scenes planning and resources, and just kind of, there's a lot that goes into it before you even step on stage. So I think being able to plan for something a bit more substantial in terms of a tour, or just some more really cool opening supports, that would be like the dream. I've really, really enjoyed playing this year. Obviously through COVID, that was not an option. So it's been very special to play shows and play amazing shows. I think I've been spoiled, actually. I think
very
the
high.
shows they'll all be amazing, but like I'll never get back to where I was this year.
Definitely will. Definitely.
But yeah, no, just to play more shows, play more shows and release more music. I guess at some point it would be really sick to write an album. I think that's probably a little ways off for now, but never say never. Playing shows I think is the immediate goal.